Okay, I apologize if I'm not as excited this time around because I recorded basically this whole video and then realized it was blurry because I tried cinematic mode to be a little bit fun and it backfired. So, okay. JBB, grad, Master of Science in Marketing. The title of this session is Socially Responsible Influencer Marketing. Is it possible? I'm going to butcher these names. I speak French and they're still really hard, and I didn't just throw that out because I was like, I speak French. No. Half of this panel were French. There's 4, so 2 out of the 4. Pierre-Loïc Assayag. He is the CEO of Tracker. He was the moderator. Firdaou El Onsali. She works for Dove. Claire McCormick works for Beauty Independent. And then Sarah Shacker. She works for Maybelline. I liked this talk. I think I really expected it to be a lot about influencers because of the title. And it was a lot more about a company and a brand's social responsibility, which I firmly believe in and I think is a fascinating topic too. So I wasn't upset that it kind of, was a little bit leaning towards that more than the influencer side. But they kind of started out with, you have to walk as an influencer or as a company, you have to walk the walk, you have to talk the talk, you have to be authentic. And I think they said at one point, I'm not going to find it here, but it's essentially, what are you doing when no one's looking? That's really who you are. And that shows you how authentic you're being to your brand or as an influencer and to your audience. And I thought that was really spot on because a lot of people are quite performative. And I think a lot of brands are too. But the ones that are really authentic in what they believe are the ones that are the most successful. They called out the fact that younger generations, Gen Z specifically, I'm pretty sure they were talking about, won't buy from brands that don't align with their values. And I think that things are trending more and more that way. And as marketers, we really need to be aware of that because it's going to change the landscape of marketing as we grow into our careers. And we need to understand that to shape messaging and positioning. And I'm excited about that personally because I'm the kind of person that I don't think I could work for a company that I didn't believe in the product or the message that we were putting out. And I think that's maybe why I've been hesitant or more resistant to looking into B2B because I'm like, am I going to be excited about that? Like, is there something really here for me that I feel passionate about? I'm changing my view on that a little bit, but I think that I don't remember. Oh, yes. I think that it is really important for the people working for a company to feel really excited about what their brand stands behind. And as marketers, that's exciting. And that's exciting to me because it gives your work so much more meaning. And yes, you can like the daily tasks that you do, but if you feel like you're making a difference, that seems to me like that's what keeps you there, right? And they even touched upon that actually. I didn't really intend to just skip through a lot of different things right now and go to this, but at one point they had asked how long have you been with the company and things like that. And some of them have been there 10 years and whatever. And basically it boiled down to they stay because they know that they're making a difference. And I think a lot of people can resonate with that. We live a very short life. And if you get to the end of your life and you're like, I just worked and didn't really do anything productive or impactful, what do you have to show for it? Maybe not everybody feels like that, but I do certainly. And especially as an embarking in this world of marketing, I definitely want to make an impact because we have a lot of powerful tools to persuade and to convince and to change opinions and minds and views. And that needs to be used quite carefully. I also loved, they were talking about how authenticity is priceless. And how influencers can really provide an easy and quick, powerful representation in the space, you know, in the entertainment space. And I thought that was awesome. And I love that more influencers are just being really authentic to themselves. I wrote a LinkedIn article for my search engine marketing class with Jenny Dobmeyer. And I wrote it all about how I think influencer marketing is kind of trending backwards towards more micro influencers, because we want to feel connected to the people who are influencing us, and we really believe, like, there's that stat out there that's like some weird crazy high number of people will like really trust influencers. But I think it's also like these little niche communities that the best influencers are the ones that really connect with their audience. And this talk went into that. What did they say? Oh, yes. Creators who care more about brand partnerships than their audience do not succeed. The most influential creators are those who are close to their audience. Couldn't agree with that more. I think that's how you create success and long-term success. Also, I'm just a really firm believer in like brands should stand for something. I think they also brought up like if you stand for nothing, you fall for everything sort of thing. I think brands get scared sometimes to take a stance, but they made a really good point that with changing times, with news that's constantly, I don't know why that is making so much noise, with news that's constantly breaking and things that brands can speak on, when you know who you are as a brand and you know exactly what your stance is on something, it allows you to be relevant and it allows you to react to certain situations, and you're not going to appeal to everyone, right? But you can react in real time, which if you're doing it correctly to your loyal audience and following and customers, that only strengthens their love for you as a brand and their loyalty for you, to you, I should say. So I loved that. I will conclude very quickly on the 3 points that he said, you know, authenticity, consistency, and relevancy. I say he because it was Pierre that was saying that those are kind of like the 3 ingredients for really keeping a brand on track of being socially aware, socially impactful. And I couldn't agree more. I think the consistency is a part that people don't really talk about because, again, people get a little bit afraid to consistently speak out about things. But if you're clear on where your boundaries are, where your lines are, what you believe in, what you don't, again, it just strengthens that loyalty with your customers and with that base that's never really going to leave you. So, great session to end the day. We'll see how tomorrow goes.